But recently, Dr. Yam, we actually had our RazorTV team put together, a test, a social test, which I'm sure you would enjoy.
Yeah.
We had one mother carrying her baby in the arms, and number two, a man with an injured foot.
Yeah.
And they headed out to see whether anyone would actually give up their seats. Shall we take a look at our social experiment?
Our public transport is part and parcel of a typical Singaporean's life. However, it's also a place where Singaporeans display their worst behaviors. Ever seen this on your last train ride? These pictures were sent in by some contributors. The most common complaint is that commuters are not giving up their seats to passengers who need them. So today we'll do an experiment to find out if the situation is really that bad on our train. First, we have one and his injured foot to pretend that he needs a seat. And we have Christina, who's going to uphold justice if nobody gives up the seat. So guys, are we ready?
Let's go.
Here's Juan and Christina on a crowded train travelling towards City Hall.
It'll be very fast, like you try to bet of it.
They wait and wait. And still they wait for someone to offer their seat. Most just pretended to sleep or look away or think that it's no big deal.
You need a seat or not?
That did not provoke a reaction. So Christina tries again to get people to notice Juan's predicament.
How do you feel now?
Nope, there is still no reaction. Poor Juan, no one seems to want to give up their seat for you. Oh wait, someone's getting off. Oh no, an opportunist grabs her chance. But she's not so lucky. A passenger who noticed Juan's predicament saves the day. So you notice that he has an injured foot.
The first thing I noticed is when he came in and he felt a pain on the leg. So I was looking around whether there's a seat for him or not. Eventually there's one seat, then asked him to have a seat first rather than someone sit later.
But he was in the station for one stop and nobody gave up the seat. What do you think?
It's a pity because I had once a pain myself, the same thing. So I know what feels standing with a leg pain on it. So hopefully someone will give a seat for him.
Did you notice that he has an injured foot?
I did, yeah, I did before. Yeah.
Why didn't you give up the seat to him?
Why didn't I? I looked okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, he looked like he wasn't in too much pain, so yeah, that's why.
FYI, Juan tore his tendon. The bandage was no fake. Let's try the experiment again. Yet another waiting game. Time to get someone to notice.
Excuse me? His leg bandage long. Poor thing. Can you let him sit? Thank you. Have a seat.
It's just common courtesy, that's it.
Do you do that all the time?
Yeah, if somebody needs a seat, I'll do it. Yeah.
But initially you didn't give up until the lady says, you have an injured man.
I didn't notice. Yeah, right. But usually I would. Yeah.
I didn't really notice it actually. Yes.
But usually if you have known something like this, would you have given up the seat?
Yes.
Many people did not notice Juan's injured foot. So we have with us Ting and her baby to do the same experiment with us. And of course we still have Christina to do the same thing. Whoa, that was prompt. I guess the baby is just too in the face to miss. It warms all our hearts to know that there are still nice Singaporeans around.
老人跟抱小孩子我都会让。
有没有看过其他新加坡人没有做这样的事？
有啊，偶尔会也是有这种人。
有哦，你有看过对吗？你觉得这种人他们的心态是怎么样？
他们是为了自己比较舒服咯，人家辛苦他舒服咯。
Do you think you can address it in case of...
You know, what would be the first thing I would have noticed?
Why?
Well, one could easily pass off as a pregnant lady.
You so bad. I tell one.
Sorry, one.
Anyway, maybe it is okay. Let's give them a bit of benefit of the doubt, lah. That his leg was bandaged and a bit low, and they can't see him. But remember that guy who said, I saw him, but I don't think he was in too much pain.
Yeah, it's all subjective, isn't it? It's all about expectations.
You're right, expectations. Yeah. Pretty much in a group like this, I think a lot of us tend not to respond because we think that maybe someone else will. Maybe someone else will notice the broken foot.
So everyone's waiting for somebody.
Someone else is waiting because there's this thing that someone else will do it.
Why is that so? Is that something more common with Asian culture?
No, it's an interesting thing because when people, if they're alone by themselves, they tend to help. But when you find a group of people and you have the same situation, people tend not to help because of that thinking that maybe someone else will.
Yeah, but linking back to what Yvonne mentioned just now, it could be an Asian thing because we tend to follow a leader, right? We are very communal people.
Okay.
So because of the culture, because of the tradition, the way we were brought up, our society and all that.
That's also possible because what if I stand up and the person say, no, I don't need a seat? Then it's going to be a bit embarrassing. What do I do now? Do I stand up? Do I sit down? What else do I do?
And is there also a fear of being too outstanding, Is there that sort of a fear that people have?
To just
That I think could be a possibility. I don't want to be the first one. You notice that sometimes when one person stands up, 2 or 3 others also stand up.
It's like watch and see what other people do.
Yeah, you're right.
Thing,
yes, you're right. But I think probably what happens a lot of times, like you watch the the clips, people would actually respond possibly because they've been in similar situations. So they felt maybe that next time if they're caught in the same situation, they would actually respond in the correct way.
Right. From a psychological perspective then, what would you suggest for any form of, is there any way to improve on this at all?
Well, I think immediately one thing you do is you can just point your attention to what needs to be done. For example, be upfront about this. And hello, someone needs this seat.
Right.
And usually people will respond to that. Either they will have to say, no, I didn't hear anything, which makes it embarrassing for them. But then it's easier for them because of queue, someone needs a seat. So the cue is, okay, it's all right for me to stand up and to offer my seat to someone else.
Right. Speaking of which, why do you think less number of people gave up their seat for one, the guy with the injured, foot, but, so many people, I stand up, I saw this woman and a baby. Why do you think so? Is it something to do with who it is and what sort of profile the person fits?
I think part of it could be if the person comes in with a broken foot, it may not be that visible. He might be at a corner and all, I'm doing this looking straight. But if this woman comes in with a baby, he's at my eye level. It's harder to miss that. So I think sometimes because of those presentations, people respond differently.
Well, there may not be many people giving up seats, as we saw in our social experiment, but train operator SMRT is going to try and get people to do it.
That's right. They've set aside priority seats for those who really need it.
Hey, didn't they used to have those stickers asking people to give up their seats?
Yeah, but then, some people say it's not very clear. Some people just refuse to see it. So if you see no sticker, you give up no seats.
Oh, but it seems like they have changed the color of these seats.
Oh, they
also
have?
Yep, and guess what?
They
also
colors?
I don't know, maybe to catch people's eye. But they also now have a courtesy police team.
Oh, okay. PP on the trains?
Yep, that's right. Our reporter, Goshen Ting, checks it out.
More and more outrageous acts and downright rude behaviour can be seen on the trains. Today we have with us Hui Ling to tell us more about what SMRT is going to do about this problem. Hui Ling, so can you tell us what are some of the worst behaviours that is seen on the train?
Based on the feedback that we receive, the top 3 most commonly etiquette-related complaints are commuters who refuse to give up their seats to the passenger who need them more, eating and drinking on the trains, as well as playing loud music that disturb the comfort of the other commuters.
So can you tell us more about the priority seating? How is it different from previously?
Okay. We have changed the design of the stickers. Previously, the stickers show basically 2 pictograms of elderly, the pregnant ladies, and also young children. However, it is not clear that it is a priority seats. We have a message that says, please offer these seats to those who need it more. We have received feedback from the public saying that the message is not strong enough. So after reviewing the feedback, as well as looking at how the other metros in the world are doing it, now we designate very clearly that these are priority seats. Our service ambassadors will be walking through our trains, encouraging the fellow passengers to give up the priority seats if they are occupying one to the passengers who need them.
It sounds like courtesy police to me. What do you think? Like Singaporeans need to be taught their manners?
Well, as mentioned, most of the commuters are gracious. They are considerate. I think the role of the service ambassadors we are deploying on the train serve as a reminder, as well as a way that we can raise public awareness.
We have actually put the signages nearest to the door. So in any case, these special needs people need to get off and on the train. It will be much more easier for them.
Okay, so let's take a look at what Shora is doing today. Okay?
Sure. Turun mana, Uncle?
Woodland.
Turun Woodland lah.
Ya.
Lagi jauh tahu. Saya tolong awak.
Bukan orang dulu tak mau lah.
Tak apa, saya boleh minta tolong.
Tak apa.
Sekarang saya jalan-jalan lah, tolong ini.
Itu talo pun tak guna.
Tu pasal saya datang sini jalan-jalan bilang orang.
Talo cantik saja. Malah kasih orang tua dulu. Talo.
Ya,
Talo
betul.
cantik saja.
Saya tolong
Tak mau.
Tanyalah.
Banyak talo cantik saja.
Saya cuba tanya dia ya. Hi ma'am. Don't mind. Do you mind giving up the priority seat for the elderly guy over here? Thank you so much. Yeah. Here's a bookmark for you. Thank you, Uncle. Come, let's sit down.
Saya bawa hospital balik.
Oh.
balik.
Yalah. Ya, banyak kesian. Sorry lah. Sekarang saya jalan, saya tunjuk orang lah. This is a bookmark for the kids. We're actually giving out to the children so that at the same point of time while we're giving out the bookmarks, we can actually inform the parents or inform themselves that about this new priority sign.
Children nowadays, they need to be reminded?
Yeah, I think they need to be reminded as well because you can see yourself there are some children who will sit down on themselves and without even noticing that there's some people who need it more than them. Sorry, sir. Hi, don't mind you give up the priority seat for the elderly lady over here? Thank you so much, yeah? Here's a bookmark for you for our thanks. Thank you so much. Auntie, come, sit down.
Thank you very much.
I guess in future I'll be more considerate about people in my surroundings.
The quality of the people can be an indication of how developed a country is. To be world-class citizens, Singaporeans will have to learn to be more courteous.
The question I really want to ask is, why the white gloves?
Yeah, why?
Do you see the gloves there?
Yes. I think it's all about drawing attention. That when you wear white gloves, I think you say, I'm on duty, and I have a job, I have a role here.
Yeah,
so it brings about the attention.
Is it really necessary to convey that to actually transmit the aura of authority before people can actually sit up and listen? That
I think it's useful when we talk about very much cultural practice today, that when we're in trains, when we're in buses, normally most of us will not give up our seats. So if you want to change culture, you want to change what's normal behavior, you need to do something different. So
who needs to do something different?
Somebody has to do something different. It could be...
As usual, it boils down to the concept of having a leader.
It could be a leader, it could be the authority, it could be someone, who says, this is what I want to do differently.
But so far what we have are authorities, and we have famous for campaigns.
Yeah.
The PC campaign, clean the toilet campaign, all sorts of campaigns. Maybe we should depend on campaigns.
We have so many fine campaigns. Maybe we should start implementing fines on MRTs for people who don't give up their seats. What do you think about that?
I think we've always tried to take a very tactful, very reasonable, very educational, very positive approach. So we don't want to, use the stick all the time. And I think research shows that if you use a carrot, even more positive, you kind of highlight, reinforce good behaviors. Like somebody does something good, you give them a sticker. People tend to repeat those behaviors.
But a bookmark, do you think that's appealing enough?
Do you think the courtesy police idea actually will work?
Yeah, I mean, rewarding can't just go on and on.
You can't, but I think we're at a stage where we want to introduce a change. So the white gloves, the stickers at this point, and you notice courtesy police when they go around, they say something, say thank you for doing this, and that brings the secondary advantage. People around them, they notice.
That's right. Yeah, the courtesy police are pretty courteous themselves. Help.
So there you go. After a while, people don't mind standing up, and hopefully, after a period of time, this becomes a normal behavior in the trains.
Even passengers are also, encouraged to expect people
Absolutely,
to
yes,
like that old man over there.
Yes.
He sounded so jaded. Like, oh, nobody hits those stickers. Nobody bothers with them.
So we're from a culture that most of us do not expect people to stand up and
That's
give up
right.
their seats. Yeah,
It's all about matching up to expectations between different groups of people.
Yes.
And it's not also just about waiting for authority to take action, but for culture to change, that people,
Proactivity.
people should change. And yeah, you're right in saying that. Thank you so much for your insight today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Yam.
Mr. Yam.
That's
Pleasure,
great.
yeah.
Well, do you have a shocking commuter encounter? Well, nice or nasty, we'd like you to tell us about it.
SMS, MMS us at 75557 or Skype us, our ID SPH RazorTV. You can also call us at 6319-5403. Contact us any way you like, or just leave your comments in the box below the screen.
Also, for these 8 days, starting today, because it's our birthday, we would like to see what you say, and you could actually win a prize for it.
That's right. We're giving away 8 prizes every day for the next 8 days, just to celebrate Razor TV's launch. Check them out.
Take part in Razor TV and win. 8 prizes will be given out every day from August 8th to August 15th. Send us your videos, comments, or chat with our presenters and studio guests. The hottest contributions to Razor TV will stand a chance to win the latest handphones and digital cameras. Check out our range of attractive prizes. Contact us at 6319-5403 or email to razortv@sph.com.sg. You can also send an MMS at 75557 or webcam us at SPH Razor TV.